How do you know when your heart is calibrated to maximize the benefit? And how do you know that?
You don't. Everybody, one thing I've learned about you students is you want to know everything, because that's how you reverse engineer to get good grades and get good stock results. You think I knew COVID was coming to Doge? You think I knew, you think somebody who had a tree fall on them knew? You think the person that, knew that their husband was going to be terminally ill? You think people knew that they bought some Bitcoin by accident 6 years ago for $12,000 because they were drunk one night and their tech friend told them to, and now it's worth 12 million? Like, you want to know something about leadership, my friends? It's getting really, really, really comfortable with knowing you don't know, which gets me to the point. You want to be a great leader? Love what you do. Love what you do. I promise you, love what you do. This is real stuff. This is real stuff. Andrea, thank you for what you said. This is about parenting, leadership. You don't know anything. Why do you think all of us are so scared when we have kids? Because you don't know. You want to be a great leader? We're talking leadership now, not successful careers. If we're talking leadership, please, my friends, listen to my conviction, because this is the purest form of this in communication form right now. I'm very comfortable in saying that. I've hit it. I've got my moment right now. Get comfortable with the idea of not knowing anything, but being prepared for everything. I don't know anything other than I am prepared. I knew that I was gonna slay my company during COVID. Here's what happened. We have debt. I've been running the company for 3 straight years without profit. Talk about something that would get me fired at Doge if I had to answer to anybody. And COVID hits, and in 48 hours, my 6 biggest clients call me and tell me they're gonna be delaying payment. And I'm scared. Like, it's COVID. Like, I'm scared of my parents, kids, like, I'm scared. What transpired over the last year since then is the company has exploded to new heights that it's never seen before. I didn't know it was coming. I was just mentally, in my heart and my brain, ready for it. Emotionally, foundationally ready for it. You don't know anything. How do you know? You don't know. But if the journey is your gift, not that you're gonna take it to $1 trillion, well, then you've won.
Yeah, I think that's good. I think this year has illustrated to everyone that, like you said, we don't know everything. Time and time again.
Adoch, I apologize. Imposter syndrome in the starting their careers, there's a really good way. Don't put other people on a pedestal. I always tell my team, all my accomplishments, the way I communicate, all this stuff, I'm nobody. I disappear tomorrow, it's over. Nobody cares. The way to not feel like an imposter is by not putting other people on a pedestal. You're just starting out. You're not supposed to know anything. Enjoy the process. The problem is, it's very hard to get out of the judgment every 90-day game that so many of us are in.
Would you call yourself successful?
I would call myself successful because I define success in being happy and being able to do what you want to do every morning that you wake up. And so the answer is absolutely.
How do you deal with annoying people?
Annoying people are super easy for me. I deal with all people very easily, which is I have no expectation of others. I do not believe that anybody impacts me in any way. And since nobody positive or negative, annoying or exciting actually has an impact on me and my happiness and what I do for a living and how I roll in life, I actually deal with every person super simple, which is you have no impact on me. Which is actually empowering and makes it awesome, not the negative that some see it as.
What's your favorite cuss word?
Man, I love curse words, but I probably think dick face. I love using dick face. It's so normal to me. I guess it was an 80s Jersey thing, but every time I drop dick face, people are like, whoa. So, it is more aggressive. I see dick face more like jerk. And now even saying it in this video, I'm like, man, dick face is pretty hard.
You use it as like the collective dick face too.
To me, it's like asshole, but then you're just like, it's not asshole, so that's why people are like, whoa.
Yeah, absolutely. I do use dick faces. Like, don't be a dick face.
It's like,
don't be an asshole.
But everyone
100%.
be prepared for that.
Yeah, dick face.
How to fight the stress before exams?
Exams mean jack shit. So the stress should be super simple to deal with. No test actually has any impact on your life, including the SATs, in real life, not in the fake life that you, your teachers, and parents have created. So if you actually believe what I said, it gets real easy, real fast. The end. The sooner you get out of being fearful of tests in school, the sooner you've started the process of actually being a successful human being.
How do I know if I find the
Yeah,
right
we should
job?
clip that. What?
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, actually that's really true. Let's keep this video going. IGTV, listen, I'm being serious right now. If you are one that stresses tests, it means you care about micro little things, and that will translate into life in your 20s, 30s, and 40s. And you'll worry about your boss's opinion, and you'll worry about getting a mortgage. You're just gonna worry about very micro, goals, which will then make you stress, and you'll just be in that machine your whole life. Then you're gonna care about your kids being good at school and winning awards. You're just gonna care about the micro of life. It's a huge vulnerability. I'll say it one more time if you didn't catch it in the beginning. The sooner you start not stressing about tests in school is the beginning of you actually navigating a happier life.
How do I know if I found the right job?
You never know if you found the right job until after the fact. You'll only know when you're 100 years old and look back. You never know then. You may think it, but then what you don't know is the other job you could have took, what would have happened. There is no time machine, there is no looking back, there is no game where you press a button and if you took this job, the world will show you what would have happened. You might take a job that made you $100,000 a year less in your career, but you might have found the person that you love in life at this other job, and you'd be happy in perpetuity because you're in love for 80 years. You also may take a job that made you $500,000 more, but because of that job, you had to take a trip to some third world country to do a meeting where you picked up some weird virus. And I'm being serious. And people think so granular, so local level, oh, is this the better job because I made more money? Making more money can't be the ROI, the ambition, the North Star. And thus, if it's not, and it's happiness, there's too many variables that go into happiness, and you've got to figure that out.
What do you do during the weekend?
What do I do during the weekend? Depends on the season. Family time, number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but little micro things, dinners with family, Broadway plays, but mainly New York Jets games in the fall and winter, and garage sailing in the fall and spring and summer. That flip life, baby.
And I do think you have to experience failure because you learn just the way the human being is wired. You're going to learn 10x with some failure than you are in some adversity.
I'm actually getting excited here. Or let me frame it up a little bit different. Or you love it so much, that you never were able to do anything else, and just the process of playing the game is the success itself. Or you love it so much that you actually don't give a fuck about the trophies, AKA the money that comes along with it. It's that you just wouldn't know how to breathe otherwise if you weren't in the process of entrepreneurship itself. I will never fail because there is no failure. The at-bat is the macro win. If I lost all my money because I did 37 ridiculously bad decisions and over-leveraged myself, the ability to go back to zero and try to buy shit at the dollar store and flip it on eBay and build it back up weirdly excites me more than where I am right now. I swear on my children's health.
No kidding.
The thought of going to zero, having all of you judge me as, see, he wasn't as good as you thought, and then rising back like a phoenix and sticking it in your fucking face excites the shit out of me. I believe that right there is the definition of entrepreneurship. It's when you love your game more than what the game gives you. That's why I like losing. The game told me I lost. Respect to the game. That's why I like playing. I did this when, my friends, I was an entrepreneur when there was no conversation around this. In the 80s and 90s school system and society that I grew up in, I was a failure for making $2,000 a weekend selling baseball cards. Like, I did this when it wasn't cool. I'll do it now while it's cool, and I'll do it again in 15 years when it's not cool again, because the economy will collapse, and because we don't like to be accountable, we like blaming things, and so we're gonna blame entrepreneurship, not the fact that you weren't self-aware and didn't realize that you weren't a fucking entrepreneur.